Hi, Capricorn. And I want to say Cappy because I'm seeing you like a little kid. So what I was getting as I was starting this was I was seeing you like a little kid down by the stream, looking in the water, and you were seeing tadpoles. But then you got your knee wet in the stream and you didn't like that. So it's kind of like, well, I don't know. So you wanted to take the little tadpoles home to your house so you could put them into a container and watch them grow there in the safety and the protection of your four walls. But of course, what that means is you didn't really end up getting to see them develop. You put them into a false environment and they may have survived, but it wasn't really getting to see the true nature of how the tadpole was going to evolve in its natural and rightful environment. What I feel, Cappy, is that there is a situation, or there may be for some of you a situation where you are waiting for something to evolve, to come along, and you're getting frustrated with it. And it's like you want to kind of take control and reframe it in a way where you feel secure. But what I'm being told here is that it's really important for you to set some boundaries for yourself around how you're going to think around this and around the kind of attitude that you're going to have and how you're going to apply that sense of control. What you're getting here is you got to be willing to take the chance that the tadpoles are going to leave that little section of the pond and you're going to lose them. You got to realize that if they don't make it in the environment that they're in, that's okay. Or if you don't get to continue watching them in their natural environment as they are supposed to be, then that is all right. That is meant to be. What you're being told is whatever, if this is a relationship situation, or even if it's work, if it's any situation that carries that landmark or that feeling of needing to control it and put it within a context that makes sense to you, but maybe not it, you're being asked, check out whatever cognitive distortions that you have around it that's making you feel nervous and feeling like you need to control it. Are you saying things like, well, I will give you a very basic example. I have nothing to wear. Well, I don't want to wear anything that I have. That completely changes it now. I have nothing to wear. It's very dramatic. I don't really feel like wearing any of the things that I have. Now, what that does is it gives me the option to say, have I looked at everything? Is it time to buy new clothes? Do I need to clean my closet out? It gives me options. Whereas the first one, I have nothing to wear. It's very dramatic and it's very final. It's very ended. So what you're being asked to do is, when you're looking at whatever the situation / relationship is, do your very best to look at it neutrally without these dramatic, finite statements that are not actually facts, that might be based on a feeling you have, but are not really true. Okay? They're not accurate. Let yourself allow your mind to recognize what the thought is. And then instead of letting it land on you in a way where you own it and take it and make it the truth, just watch it go by and go, is that accurate? Is that true? Let's see. And then you get to ask yourself questions about that. It's always helpful to have a sense of humor about yourself when you get dramatic and when you want to get controlling. Okay? You have the card of grace here. And I like this because it's an experience of letting the benevolent universe take us through our movements and guide us with a loving hand. Notice the feeling quality of this description. Return to it today. Every time you're about to do or think about anything, or at any point in the day when you find yourself feeling stressed or over-controlling or thinking too much, return to the idea of grace. Smooth, easy, peaceful, and supportive. That's the energy, and that is the energy of the divine. So please remember that when you're in this situation, you're being asked to kind of clear out the thoughts and the patterns around this that don't really serve you, to see it clearly and to allow a higher power to really guide it, and for you to connect into your higher power. Because as soon as you start trying to really control it, what you're doing is you're really moving into the ego energy, the mind energy, and that doesn't have the guiding system or the guidance system that comes from higher wisdom. It's very much usually about survival in very, very many ways. At a very basic level, it's about survival. So you can tend to get fearful and controlling when you do that. So all of this is really asking you to do your very best to lean into grace, to watch whatever behaviors are creating barriers instead of boundaries. Because what you want is you want to be able to negotiate whatever this situation is, instead of coming at it hardline based in fears and based in cognitive distortions. Okay? So you've got humor, you've got grace, you've got power, you've got your mind, which is the great cosmic cookie cutter, which manifests our world according to its shape and the ingredients we put into it. So we don't want to put in cognitive distortions. We don't want to create out of illusions that aren't true. We don't want to generate that kind of energy, okay? We want grace. We want to be creating out of allowing that higher power to really define and guide us, because that is where the self-correction comes in. Now, the card virtue comes up too. So wherever this is, whatever this is, check into where you are judging things as bad. Check in with whether or not that's an accurate statement. Check in with whether or not you're assessing a situation based on outdated concepts that are, I keep wanting to go back to safe, that are about this will keep me safe, okay? Because, or safe, contracted, contained, and realize that a lot of your can'ts is coming from some of that old stuff. You can still say won't, but won't is a choice, okay? Can't is a knee-jerk reaction. Won't, that's coming from a place of power, okay? That's it for you, Capricorn. I hope it's a good week for you. Take care. This is for the week of February 3rd. Have I mentioned that? Okay. Or whenever you get it and it resonates. Take care.